Ethan stood in the dimly lit study, his breath unsteady, hands trembling as he held the old journal with his name on it. The air felt heavy, pressing against his skin. A distant whisper echoed through the walls, a sound both strange and familiar. Then, behind him, something shifted. A voice, soft and knowing, emerged from the shadows. "You remember now, don't you?" Ethan turned slowly, his pulse thundering in his ears. And there he was, himself. Standing just a few feet away was another Ethan, the same face, the same eyes, but older, weary, and smiling, too wide, too knowing. His heart raced as he faced the older version of himself. "What? How?" he stammered, struggling to comprehend. The older Ethan stepped closer, the shadows clinging to him like a cloak. "You've forgotten, but I remember everything," he said, his voice a haunting echo of Ethan's own. "The choices, the paths we took. It's time to face what you left behind." The journal pulsed in Ethan's hands, a link to the past. "You need to accept it," the older Ethan urged, his eyes gleaming with a blend of wisdom and caution. The air grew heavier with tension, and Ethan realized this encounter was not just a random event. It was fate calling him home.
Ethan's heart raced as he grappled with the surreal confrontation. The other Ethan's words echoed in his mind, a chilling reminder of the darkness within. "You have always been here," he repeated, feeling the weight of that truth. The room warped around him, shadows twisting into grotesque shapes. Panic clawed at his chest as he realized this was more than a dream. It was a confrontation with his own fears. The static intensified, drowning out his thoughts, but he couldn't look away. He had to confront this dark reflection, or risk being consumed.
Ethan gasped as he woke, somewhere else. He was no longer in the study. The air was different, stale, heavy. He stood in an old, dusty bedroom, a large bed, an oval mirror on the far wall. The wooden floor groaned beneath his feet. His heart pounded. "No, I was just... the study." A chill ran through the room, despite there being no windows. The door behind him was locked. Then, the mirror shuddered. Ethan tensed. Slowly he stepped toward it. His own reflection stared back at him. But something was wrong.
Ethan stood frozen, heart racing as the suspended shards glimmered ominously. The basement behind him felt alive with shadows, whispering secrets of a forgotten past. The air thickened, charged with an unsettling energy. He turned slowly, dread pooling in his gut, realizing he was no longer in control. The reflection's voice echoed in his mind, a chilling reminder of the danger he faced. With each passing second, the basement loomed larger, a dark abyss threatening to swallow him whole. Escape was imperative, but the path ahead was shrouded in uncertainty. Would he confront the malevolent force, or succumb to its sinister pull?
Cold stone walls, flickering candlelight, deep scratch marks on the floor. At the far end of the room stood a door.
The same door, rotting, waiting, and then knock, knock, knock. Ethan's breath came in sharp gasps. Every instinct screamed at him to run.
But his feet moved on their own.
The door handle rattled. The knocking grew louder. Bang, bang, bang. Then, a voice from the other side. Deep, guttural, not human.
"You let me out. I let you go." Ethan gripped his camera, shaking his head. "No, no, no, no. I know this trick. You're lying."
The voice laughed, a horrible sound, wet, twisted, like something trying and failing to sound human. "You are already trapped."
"Ethan, the house remembers. You can't leave, because you never left." Ethan's chest tightened. His eyes flickered to the wall beside the door, and his breath caught. Words were scratched deep into the stone. "Do not open the door. Do not open the door. Do not open the door." His breathing turned shallow, a beat of silence. Then, the door handle turned. Click. The lock disengaged. The door began to open. Ethan's camera glitched,